Hello once again, grain traders. I'm meteorologist Sean Sublette for CropProphet, and it's time once again for the forecast of the forecast for this Friday, August 8th, 2025. Getting you ready for the weekend with the holy grail of weather commodities forecasting, looking what the ECMWF ensemble mean may or may not look like when you come in on Monday morning. So this is what we mean by that forecast of the forecast. This is the probability that the ECMWF ensemble mean will come in warmer or cooler than normal on Monday morning as we look at it on this Friday morning. For a lot of the eastern and central corn belt, there's a 50, 60, 70 plus probability that the model will come in warmer than normal. Of course, we've got the relatively hot weekend ahead of us, but even into the first part of next week, we see this modest probability, 40 to 50% likelihood of near normal conditions in the gray here, shown in northwestern Minnesota, as well as most of Dakotas, and this tiny sliver where the probability of the model coming in cooler than normal is up a little bit across the northern stretches of the wheat belt here in Montana. And of course, the other big signal you see here across the Intermountain West, larger probabilities that the model is going to come in warmer than normal there as well. And that general idea holds into the week 2 forecast, days 8 to 17. The probability is not as high because we're going farther forward in time, but this broad area, 40, 50, some places upwards of 60% probability that the model is going to come in warmer than normal, especially here through the central and the eastern stretches of the corn belt. Not so much into the wheat belt here, because remember, where it's shown in white, we don't meet that 40% threshold one way or the other regarding the temperature forecast in the ECMWF ensemble mean. And it's not just so much the warm days, but the warm nights, which have got the models markets a little bit concerned as we go into the week 2 forecast. Regarding precipitation, the forecast of the forecast for the ECMWF ensemble mean on Monday, 40% likelihood that in this little area in green, so about Des Moines across the Quad Cities and into central Illinois, of the model coming in wetter than normal, but for a lot of places we don't see as much signal, again, not meeting that threshold in white, although we do see a 40 to 50% probability of the model coming in closer to normal across the central locations in the Ohio Valley, and of course drier than normal is kind of the dominant signal, 40, 50, 60% likelihood of it coming in drier than normal across Intermountain West and the Southern Plains, and then into week 2, days 8 to 14, once again, we notice the absence of any dramatic signal of wetter than normal conditions coming back. So this is why, even though we've seen a lot of drought kind of evaporate, if you will, over the last several weeks, there is some modest concern in the markets of some drying out. We do have this 40 to 50% likelihood of drier than normal conditions in the forecast from the ECMWF ensemble mean in the Southern Plains. Elsewhere, more of an absence of that dominant signal where we don't quite get to that 40% threshold. And don't forget to join us this coming Wednesday, August 13th at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central for our August Grain Market Weather Webinar. Go to the bit.ly link below /CP August Webinar to sign up. Thanks again to everybody who joined us in June and July. The next one is coming up this Wednesday, August 13th, again, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. I'm meteorologist Sean Sublette for CropProphet. We'll talk to you again next week.